All right. Today, we're going to connect the dots between two things that might seem worlds apart, but are actually deeply connected. Now, learning to code and the huge economic shifts happening because of AI. We're going to see how just a little bit of Python can unlock a kind of productivity that's literally reshaping entire industries. So let's start with the big picture. We're going to dive into some really eye-opening data from a recent PwC report that looked at nearly a billion job ads. This isn't some guess about the future. This is what's happening in the global economy right now. And honestly, the numbers are pretty startling. First up, this number. Industries that are most exposed to AI, the ones that are actually in a position to use it, are seeing 3 times higher growth in productivity per employee. Just think about that for a second. That's not a small improvement. That is a massive, massive advantage that's separating the winners from everyone else.
Now this is where it gets personal. If you have specific AI skills, you could be commanding a wage premium of a staggering 56% over your colleagues in the exact same role. We're not just talking about a little raise here. This is a total reevaluation of what skills are worth. It's about people fundamentally changing their earning potential.
And what I think is just wild is the speed of all this. In those same AI-heavy jobs, the skills that employers are looking for are changing 66% faster. It's like the career ladder is being rebuilt while we're trying to climb it, and the rungs are changing faster than ever.
So, the most important thing to get is that this isn't some far-off sci-fi prediction. AI is already here. It's actively changing our work, how much we're worth in the job market, and the core skills we need to to not get left behind. But I get it. That all sounds kind of abstract, right? What does using AI or having AI skills actually look like day to day? Let's break it down with a real-world example that starts with a problem I think we've all felt. So imagine this. You've got a 2-hour lecture you need to get through. You've got the transcript, but it's just this giant, endless wall of text. We are all drowning in this kind of information, and the real challenge isn't getting more of it, it's finding the actual gold, the useful insights hidden inside. Now, there's a technical term for this stuff. It's called unstructured data. It's messy, it's chaotic, and it's absolutely everywhere. And to be honest, figuring out how to turn this chaos into clean, usable information is probably one of the single biggest opportunities in the entire economy today. So, how do we actually fix our video problem? How do we create order out of that chaos? Well, it all starts with one of the world's most popular, most powerful, and, believe it or not, one of the friendliest programming languages out there. Look, Python has absolutely exploded in popularity, and for good reason. Just like Masha Madani says here, you can tackle really complex problems with way less code. It's this mix of power and simplicity that makes it the go-to language for data scientists, developers, and even total beginners who want to start building cool stuff. And here's where the magic really happens. The concept is actually super simple. You can use an open-source Python tool called Instructor, and it basically acts as a translator for a powerful AI model. You feed it that messy, unstructured transcript. And then, with just a few lines of code, you tell the AI, hey, I need you to give me back clean, organized data that looks exactly like this. You get to define the perfect format you want, like chapters with a title, a summary, and a timestamp. And that turns the AI from this unpredictable, creative thing into a super reliable data machine. And this is the result. It's just magic. We go from that total chaos of the transcript on the left to this beautiful, clean, perfectly organized structure on the right. We have chapters, automatically generated by the AI, complete with a title, a short summary, and even the exact timestamps. The chaos is gone. We have order. But here's the really powerful part. This thing isn't a one-trick pony. By just changing a few lines of code, by changing the structure you ask the AI to create, you can get totally different kinds of value out of the exact same transcript. You could ask for key concepts and definitions to make study notes, or you could ask it to generate multiple choice questions, and boom, you've got a quiz. The possibilities here are just huge. Okay, so let's zoom back out for a second. Let's connect this practical example, this little Python tool, back to those big economic numbers we saw at the very beginning. How does it all fit together? This is the entire shift in a nutshell. The old, slow skill was manually reading and summarizing. The new, high-value skill is building or just operating a tool that does it for you instantly and at a massive scale. That 56% wage premium we talked about, it's for exactly this, the ability to use AI to get away from the repetitive grunt work and focus on strategic, higher-level thinking.
And what's really fascinating and kind of goes against a lot of the fear you hear is that the PwC data shows companies aren't just using this stuff to fire people. Actually, it's the opposite. They're using AI to make their current employees more productive and more valuable, not to replace them.
Yeah, this quote from PwC's chief AI officer just nails it. It's about amplification, not just automation. It's a partnership, right? The AI handles the tedious, repetitive stuff, and that frees us humans up to do what we do best, the creative, strategic problem solving.
Which, brings us to the final and honestly the most important question of all. When you look at this massive shift that's happening, what does it actually mean for your career?
So look, the big takeaway here is pretty clear. The ability to understand and use tools like the one we just walked through to turn that messy, unstructured data into real, valuable insight, that's not just some niche tech skill anymore. It is a direct path to being a part of what is, without a doubt, the most significant economic transformation of our lifetimes. The question isn't if work is going to change. The question is, what are you building to be ready for it?